Welcome back and a good Friday morning there to you, and welcoming into the studios Henry Barr of the Barr team. Good morning, how you doing?
Good morning, how are you?
Well, thanks for coming. I'm doing just fine now that you're in here because we are talking about some great properties. As week to week you come in here, you usually kind of pick out one different featured property, but we have a few to talk about today, right?
Right, I decided to bring a couple together because they're all in the same complex. It'd be the Buffalo Ridge, Buffalo Village complex up at top of Wilderness.
Okay.
And so we've got anywhere from a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and a 2+ loft / 3-bedroom unit up in Wilderness. And so they're all in the same complex. We might as well just bring all of them together at one time.
One of the more interesting things I've found out about Wilderness when I first at least came to the county is that there's a lot more to what you can just see from the highway, because it is the old Olympic Village that was being built up for the 76 games, that there is a lot of different options and properties up there.
Yeah. People don't understand there's approximately 2,800 units up there.
Wow.
And
I didn't know. That's not the number I would have guessed.
About 26, 27 condominium complexes.
Wow.
And about 300 to 500 duplex, triplex type units in the middle there. But most of them are condominiums. And actually the reason Wilderness is the way it is, it's 3 old placer mines that were bought and developed right up the side of Buffalo Mountain. So that's why it's very narrow. It's only probably 4 street blocks wide, but goes up approximately 2.5 miles.
It does go up quite a ways, but being up there is very nice. We were just talking about before the interview about the different wildlife you can catch up there, the moose running around, and also with the trailheads there, and you have just some great scenery, and you are right in the county.
Oh, absolutely. The trails, are wonderful. That most of them were up off of Wilderness. A lot of them were put there by the developer, Mr. Joe Lacey, and he did actually with his little dachshund. They cut a lot of the trails in there in the early 70s when Joe was developing Wilderness, and then they connected some Forest Service trails or some old Jeep trails that were up there for the old mining.
Gotcha.
And that's why some of the interesting names up there are like Salt Lick, 20 Grand. Some of those are old mining names that run up there.
There are some different names up there, like Poplar. I was wondering, because I'm coming from St. Louis, where there's Poplar Bridge.
Yeah.
I don't know why this name is
I have
out
no
here,
idea where that one came from.
I don't
That
either.
one snuck in,
There's probably a story to it. But talking about then, let's go into what kind of price options there are for people, because a lot of times you think of purchasing a home in the county, and it could be pretty seemingly like a daunting task. Like, how could I afford something like this? But Wilderness probably has some pretty affordable options.
Wilderness has some great options. Wilderness, you can find a 2-bedroom condominium up in Wilderness for basically in the 130, 140 range.
Is that right?
And then they go up quite a ways, probably into the 300s or high 300s for a really, really high-end, nice 2-bedroom. But the ones we're talking about are in Buffalo Ridge, and Buffalo Ridge is probably in the nicer end of the projects that are up there. It was one of the newer ones. It was built in the late 70s. The Ridge was built in the late 70s.
Okay.
The Village was built in the early 80s. And then G Building was built in 96. So varied a little bit, but you've got some different age buildings there. But the units, Buffalo Ridge, Buffalo Village has about 250 units in it between the two complexes.
Oh, no kidding.
And there's sister complexes where they share the same common amenities, but the Ridge is on one side of the road and typically has the better views because it's over on the left-hand side of the road, or what would be on the south side of the road, looking down the valley and over the National Forest area. And the Village is on the other side, looking up to Buffalo Mountain or to the lake, either way.
Gotcha. We'll go back to the amenities and then talk about, because some people just have to have a pool around. I mean, just makes it, or at least a hot tub. I mean, up here, and those are high commodities to have available.
Buffalo Ridge, Buffalo Village probably has the most that I can think of any complex up there. They actually have 4 full clubhouses. They have 3 full pools of real size pools where you can actually get, it's not obviously full size, but they're good sized swimming pools there. And
there's space to stretch out your legs.
Exactly, more than 2 strokes to the other side.
There you go.
And there are 5 hot tubs, there are tennis courts, there are racquetball courts.
Excellent.
And the Village is one of the few buildings that is an elevator building. There are elevators in the building.
Yeah.
everything is enclosed, as well as the clubhouses in the village are both enclosed.
Very cool. Well, so why would now be a good time to explore the market of housing, or especially up in Wilderness?
The prices in the county in general, as I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, are pretty much at the bottom. They're stabling out for the most part, and particularly in certain segments. And in Wilderness right now, there seems to be a fair amount of inventory in almost all price ranges. And I think, a buyer has some great opportunities in there, anywhere from, like I say, a one bedroom as low as 185, 187 to a two bedroom in the low 200s to a three bedroom under 300. And
wow.
Those are prices we haven't seen in quite a while.
Very hard to find elsewhere in the county.
Probably haven't seen them since 04, 05.
Yeah.
Particularly with all these type of amenities in there. And some of these units have been redone. Some are fully furnished. They rent well, both long-term and short-term. So there's a lot of options up there right now.
Sounds great to me. And if somebody wants to get a hold of you, or to at least check out some of these properties and take a look at these photos again, where's the best way to do that?
The easiest way to look at the photos is go onto my website, henryebarr.com. There's 20 to 25 pictures on each property. They're easy
awesome.
to access. We do not capture your email address. We do not capture IP. It's it's a non-sign-in. Look as long as you want, as often as you want, and at any time you want to contact us, either contact us by email at henryebarr@gmail.com or call me on my cell phone, 970-389-7533.
It's that easy. There you go. Give them a call. It's Henry Barr of the Barr team, and you can find out just how affordable some of the housing here in Summit County can actually be for you. And thanks so much for coming in here this morning.
Always my pleasure.
All right, and
thanks so much.
Have a great rest of your weekend. Stay dry out there this weekend. That's right. 'Cause, we might be heading. Well, it's almost the weekend for me. I still have
there you go.
going on. But we're going to take another quick break here and be back with more Summit Sunrise, more Jeffrey, more weather, and just more TVA. So stick around.